Today the Texas 2K event is well known throughout the automotive industry, but that wasn't always the case. As we learned from our visit with Peter Blach in the previous video, this event began nearly 20 years ago and has been growing in popularity since that time. Now, this Texas drag racing event brings people together from near and far for several fun-filled days, packed with adrenaline, power and speed. This year the event is 5 days long, and the 5th day means more excitement and competition than ever before. Seeing cars complete the quarter mile, 8th, 7th and even 6th seconds is becoming completely normal and no surprise for any of the spectators. These speeds were really shocking at first, and I'm pleased to say they were just as thrilling to see time after time as the days went on. I was very impressed to learn that many of these drivers came from a great distance to compete, with some living more than 15 hours away from Houston. That in itself is a great testament to their dedication and also their preparation to be able to show up and compete at such a high level. From what I've gathered, it seems that each year the speeds continue to get faster and faster. I can hardly wait to see what happens next year. My time here at this event feels like a holiday. A car holiday where I'm living to appreciate a new part of motorsports I'm not familiar with. I'm very happy to watch how these builders have engineered their machines for maximum performance on the track. The Texas 2K features road races, drag races, car shows and family events. For someone like me, it's all about speed, speed and more speed. I understand the passion and intoxication of pushing yourself and your car to the limit, and I'm really enjoying watching these drivers do the same. When Peter Blach first started this event, he had no idea it would grow to this size. Back in the years 2000, with his love of street racing, about 50 of his friends showed up to support his idea. Today, that idea has blossomed to attract 30,000 enthusiasts, making it a nationally renowned car event. Each year, more and more people flock to Houston and word continues to spread. I'm leaving the hotel early this morning, heading to downtown Houston, because I'm having trouble getting the internet from my current company. I will tell you more about this a bit later. It's Friday morning, my third day at the event, and I feel like I've only just arrived. I just can't get enough of these powerful beasts. Hello again from Houston. I joined a little later, but I had some problems again. My schedule doesn't change. My goal is to cover as much of the event as possible. Small delays and obstacles won't get in my way. It's Friday, and we are watching one of the biggest drag racing competitions in America, TX2K. The competition has been held for more than 20 years. So far, we have seen drag racing and throw race. Due to some damage, the track had to be repaired. While waiting, I found this place here in the shade. Row racing will start very soon. It's already clear who the better pilots are. What else is ahead? I don't know, but I know that all fast cars will be here again, which means that we will see many more speed starts. I will not miss any of this beautiful reality. I arrive at the track and head immediately to the starting line. The drivers are eagerly awaiting the chance to speed down the track and improve their times on the scoreboard. Equally excited are the spectators waiting to watch. Even though we've been here for 3 days, the way the organizers continue to change formats and competitions keeps things fresh and interesting. It's impossible to get bored with all this action. The atmosphere is full of interest and adrenaline, and I don't want it to end. The row race will start at any moment. The cars start here, behind me. Although I've been here for a few days now, I'm still excited and I can't wait for it to start. Enjoy the following shots. Here we are at one of my favorite places. The cars are so close. Not only can I see the action, it's a toy, I can feel the heartbeats of drivers themselves. I love observing all the cars in the pre-starting area. They seem to be gathered so peacefully and beautifully. It's the calm before the storm. The quiet before the battle. It's like watching a prize fighter sitting alone in the locker room before the main event. I go back and forth and coming back here at my favorite place in the pre-start zone. The accumulation of all cars together is something I can hardly explain. I enjoy all this and at the same time I don't stop shooting. There is little left until the end of Friday. I see that the cars are already moving. I will tell you that I'm waiting for a lady to talk to her. I have made 2 attempts to interview her so far, but didn't have a chance. I don't know if it started. I will check now and I hope to be able to talk to her now. Here she is. Alexandria heads to the start. So I turn off my camera and go after her. I've talked to many people here who have been coming for many years in a row. This have become a tradition they enjoy with family and friends. Hi, nice to see you here. Everything is new for me. I know some guys of this track, but tell me more about yourself. How many years you driving and you compete in this race like that here in Texas, Houston, Baytown?
Yes, I've been coming here for 3 years now. I've had the car 5 years, built by Sissio Performance, built and tuned anyway. It's been a great car. Performs well. I was actually able to take second place last year. This year I wasn't so lucky. I had a few mishaps and was just beat. So it happens with racing, but I still had fun. It was a good time. I love coming out here.
Tell me more about, especially for this day, what happened for you?
Yeah, okay, so we were starting at 65 miles an hour. We're supposed to. I was in the pacing lane. She came up and she only came up to about 40, 45 miles an hour. So I was in third gear, my RPM was low, and I was expecting the speed to come up a little bit. I was on the brake boost and I was ready, but when it went green, it wasn't fast enough. She got a slight jump on me. I was closing, but I ran out of room at the end of the track. But she's too good a driver, she didn't break out. And that was the end of that. I didn't win it, but it's okay. You know, I'll be back next year and I'll win it next year.
I'm gonna tell you that I don't understand the rules, especially for a road race. Can you explain?
Yeah, basically they pair up at up to 65 miles an hour, and then as long as the cars are within 1 car length of each other and similar speed, they will send it green, and you race anywhere between 1,500 and I believe it's 1,800 feet, depending on when they start it. And first one to the finish line wins at that point. Now, if they're not paired up, the light never goes green and you come back around and try it again. Or if somebody is lagging back, trying to slingshot somebody else, try to take off, get a running start on them, you won't be lined up even, so they send you back around again. None of the starts are perfect, like you have to work at it, but they just get it close. And most of the time it's good and it's a fair start. In my case, it was fair. It was a fair start. I just was not prepared for a low speed.
How powerful is your car?
Yes, it makes about 1,400 horsepower to the wheels. It has 12 fuel injectors, so it has plenty of fuel. I could turn it up and probably squeeze more out of it, but like I said, I drive it every day, so I don't want to drive it on the limit. So I keep it turned down anywhere from 1,200 to 1,400 all day, and that way it'll last longer that way.
Who is the guys who helping you and prepared your car for some race?
Some great guys. Sissio Performance here. They have taken me and a few of my friends in. They come through, they check the tires, pressure, they do the oil. They just make sure that the car has the right fuel in it, that it has, they put racing fuel in it. They do everything just to make sure that everything is double checked so that we as the drivers can just relax and get out there and do our jobs. So Sissio Performance has just done a fantastic job of that.
Tell me, how did you decide to start doing this? Because I know that this sport is difficult and expensive too.
They don't like you racing on the streets because it's illegal. So the police are always out there trying to catch street racers. So to come to an event like this is safe. You can drive the car fast, almost 200 miles an hour. You're in a safe environment. There's ambulance and EMS here. If there's safety barriers here. If you don't hit the brakes and you go flying off the end of the track, you're gonna fly off into like a little dirt rock pile. So it's not gonna, no one's gonna die. You're not gonna get injured. There's less chance of that happening. It's best to come to an event like this if you wanna get up there and drive your car at the limit.
What is your expectation for last 2 days, Saturday and Sunday?
Well, I came to win, but since that didn't happen, I don't know. I'll probably just help the rest of my teammates, see what I can do to help them out, help them win. And I don't know, we'll go out tonight, see what we can get into.
You told me last year you had won and second place. If you compare this year, last year and this year, what is the difference between 2 years and what is your expectation for about this?
The cars are a lot faster this year, like big time. So you can see that people have really put in the work to make the cars faster. That's the first thing I noticed. My car got a little faster. There's more of them in the 180 mile an hour and higher range, whereas before it was probably 160 to 190. They were more on the lower side. Now they seem to be up higher. So that was a big difference. That was eye-opening for me. Aside from that, there was more cars this year. There was 120, I think, that they had in the beginning. So that was interesting. They only let the first 56 cars. So there's 56 cars get to compete. So right off the bat, there's 64 people or whatever that go home that they don't even qualify. So I was lucky to qualify. I got out of the first round. I beat my first round opponent, a twin-turbo Lamborghini. But I lost to a twin-turbo Lamborghini in the second round. So it happens. I'm gonna go cry now.
Joe doesn't seem to be particularly happy. This defeat means he is out of the hunt for first place in his class this year. I will try to find the lady with the Lambo, who is clearly not to be underestimated. I keep looking for a quiet moment in order to have a conversation with Alexandria, but her success is making it impossible. As she continues to win races and get faster, she is much too busy to take a break for an interview. While I wait, however, Hersun has already finished his racing and enters the pits. Who is the best of you?
I would say my mom is a pretty beast driver. She's way better than me, hands down. Alexandria Christmas, that's my mom. Obviously, I'm Koi Jr. or Koi Boy, Koi T. That's my pops is big Koi, as they would say. So my mama bear, she's driving I believe it's a 1800 horsepower Lamborghini. And then I'm racing this bad boy right here. I think it's roughly around $2,000, I would say personally. It wasn't turned up as much as it should have been, but overall we had a great experience out here.
Tell me more about for your career. How long you doing that?
So, like personal life or with the racing?
Both.
Both. So my personal life goes pretty well. Average day, just go out, work out, come back home. Some dinner, normal day, but when I get racing, I get pretty serious. So I'll get out here, I'll put my headphones on, and I'll get in the zone and all this fun jazz. I'll make sure that I'm in the zone when I'm racing, or I'll be bumping in here. I'll be bumping, let's see, some T.I. or some 50 Cent in here when I'm going up to the staging lines.
How did you decide to compete here this year?
So we come here every year, Texas 2K. Started to come in here, I believe, 3 or 4 years ago, and that was actually because of my mom. My mom was racing a 2,000 horsepower Nissan GTR built by Sissio Performance. They were doing that fun jazz, and we were coming here actually rooting her on, watching her do some awesome records and such as. She was drag racing. She wasn't roll racing like this year. So we would come here, start for her, we would do that, and then we started working up slowly. So we finally came to the big boys over here, the Underground Racing Team, and decided to build one of these X3 packages, have some fun with it, and then we got a Stage 3 package over there as well.
Tell me more about, especially for your car, what is the engine horsepower?
So this car right here, Lamborghini Performante, it's a X3 package, and the X3 package makes around 2,500, 2,000, I would say, on a good day.
What is the best result so far?
So actually, I just ran a 227 mile per hour. So I think that was 2 races ago.
How was your second race today?
So for roll racing, time isn't really a big factor. That would be more in drag racing type of situation. Roll racing is all about the mile per hour and who gets there the fastest. So I was doing 227, but I didn't get there the fastest as I should have.
I asked you because this race is new for me and these rules too, and I still try to understand what is the rules for a roll race.
Right. So with roll racing, you start left lane paces at 65 and the right lane follows them. Okay, so if they're too far apart, they won't call it. So we're going like this, we're going 65, and right when they turn green, boom, you both go at the same time. If another reason they would turn red would be, let's see, if they're going too fast. So they have a 5 mile per hour breakout. So say they're going 71, they wouldn't do it. They'll call it off because that's 6 over.
What is your expectation for the last two days of this race?
So I'm out of roll racing, but the boss man right here, he's gonna kill it on there, so I'm not worried about that. And then after that, we have drag racing, and that's another little of my forte. I got a Nissan GTR 2017 that I'll be drag racing here in about an hour, I would say.
My time at the event is really starting to pay off, and I'm getting very familiar with the different races, classes and competitions. I'm developing a great sense of what's going on. Coy Jr. and Alexandria are an amazing family with a lot of gasoline in their blood and a strong racing spirit. I'm excited to share my interview with Alexandria Christmas. Finally, lady! I'm very happy of that. Tell me more about your compete here, because I understood that your time activities here in this race especially is very good.
It is. Normally I'm doing the drag race, but unfortunately my husband wasn't able to drive this event, so my son and I took charge of that, and he's letting us take on both the Lambo business. So we yeah, it's been great. I haven't roll raced for almost 2.5 years now, so I was like, oh, roll race in a car I've never driven before. So, but it's Lambo's, it drives like a dream. It's been great, you know, just getting out there, a little bit faster every time. So it's been a lot of fun. A lot of good competition.
The first time you were here?
Oh, I did the roll races here one other time in 2017, I believe. And it's a lot to think about, you know. It's a lot. You're worried about what the other guy might be doing. You're worried about making sure your car's at the best pace to get out to jump whenever the light drops. So it's a lot going on. It's exciting though.
Whole family is racers.
Yes, we love to go fast. Got that need for speed. You know, the kids, the tots. We started them on ATVs, dirt bikes when they were young, and then they graduated to bigger toys whenever, you know, when they're driving age, and then, you know, everything just kind of falls in place from there. So it's been good. It's a good car family too. The whole car, since we've been doing the racing, it's just like you get to meet so many people, and it's just really been a great experience for all of us.
How did you started doing this?
Well, my husband actually was a drag racer. He used to street race way back when he was in high school. He had his little 67, 69 Camaro. And it just got to a point where we ended up getting our first muscle car was a Mustang, and fixed it up, and he was, whenever we started getting back into the cars, and so we've always loved cars, so it worked, our relationship worked out really well that way. Got our first build, and then we took it out here, and he's like, babe, you know, you might really love drag racing. I really like the road course. Typically I did the road course, but he's like, babe, you should really try. So we tried at one of the racing events, and I ended up being pretty good at it and ended up liking it. So he's like, you should do this more often. So we started doing it together. Eventually we had two his and hers Nissan Skylines, and we were both dragging those. And then he just got out of the GTRs and then came into the Lambo scene, and here we are.
So what is your expectation for tomorrow and Sunday too?
In the drag race for my son, low eights. Last race was GTR World Cup, and he did a 9 flat, was his best time. So we're expecting that this time will be a little bit faster. We're hoping for an 8.8 would be great, but you know, if he can get a solid 8.9, consistent 8.9, we'll be happy with that.
What is the best result so far for you?
For me, 7.36 at 200.
It's enough for you?
No, is it ever enough? You know, it's always, what can we do to make it a little better? What can we do to make it a little faster? So, always got to reach for the stars.
Today is coming to an end. When I arrived, I told you that I was running a little late. Now I will explain the reason. This morning I left to the hotel, and while I was in the Wi-Fi range, entered the coordinates to the downtown of Houston with the idea to pay for the internet for this particular area, so I will be able to move freely. I got involved and reached the downtown city, which was a good occasion to see it. When else would I go there? This is a joke, of course. This is the good side of the situation. I reached downtown and found an internet provider, got acquainted with all the possibilities, but it turned out that all cell phones I had were locked, and the only option for the internet was to open a new account and a new contract, which did not suit me. So I asked the lady in the store to give me the internet so I could get to the track. I arrived, took pictures all day and enjoyed everything, and tried to forget about it. Then, when I had to go back to the hotel, I looked for a friend, Dan Macro from Amos Performance, who gave me a hotspot, and so here I am. Every next day I become more experienced. This is a joke, of course, again. I wasn't happy with this situation with the internet very much, but when would I see downtown? Maybe never, because I'm only here to work. Hello, today is Saturday. I'm going to the track and expecting interesting moments, and first of all, a lot of speed. I can't wait to arrive. I only have 30 minutes left. Each day my anticipation to arrive gets stronger, and I hurry to the track as if I might miss something. I'm well rested and eager to capture every moment of what's happening at the facility. Now I'm observing the starts of the stick transmission class. These cars, as you can see, aren't shiny like the factory versions. Instead, they are customized the way the owners and sponsors want them. But they certainly aren't inferior to their factory editions. These cars are simply amazing. As I'm watching, it's becoming clear that today may not be their day, as many of the cars are experiencing breakdowns. This also causes delays to clean up the track and maintain safety. I'm right in the center of the track. I will use this time to tell you that the car started in the manual transmission class. I'm still trying to see all the classes and learn more about the rules. Today is the penultimate day of the race. And even though I've been here for a few days now, I'm still excited and even my hands are shaking. The good thing is that this cannot be understood by others, and even if I make a mistake, no one will notice, because no one speaks my language. The organizers prepared the track after one situation. There was a breakdown in the manual transmission class, as we found out. I keep watching because everything is exciting for me. I'm really focused on getting video from many different perspectives of the event. This is allowing me and you to experience different details of the event and get a first-hand look at just how precise things unfold. It's really a testament to the entire Texas 2K team. Their hard work in planning and execution has allowed me to really get up close to some amazing action. Not only my shoes are stick on the ground, but my camera is also stick. Hi, nice to see you here in Baytown. Tell me more about for your compete here. How many years you driving?
You mean right? Yeah, about 3 years in this car. So we're running the stick class here in Baytown. We're in the pro. We're not fast enough to be the fast guys, but yeah, we're running stick car in this old beat up Mustang. So
tell me more about your Mustang.
She's a 2008 Shelby GT 500 built block. So yeah, so it's got a built engine. It's on a little shot of nitrous, a VMP blower tuned by Gearheads Performance in Fort Worth, Texas. So
you are from Texas?
I am, ma'am. I am originally from here, but live in Fort Worth now. So
tell me more, who helping you to prepare in the car for the races?
Yeah, I could not do this without my beautiful wife, who ran off because she does not like the camera, but she is first and most important team member on my team. My guy behind me, Javier Adme, he's with Design by 9 Media. Nomad Mustangs, Gearheads Performance tunes it. It's a VMP blower, nitrous outlet, nitrous system. There's a lot that goes into the car, so, you know.
Tell me more about for this race, especially here, because we in my country doesn't have the similar competition like that.
We left here Wednesday, come here, you making sure the car is right. We broke twice. We've had to fix the car twice in the pits, and so you can't do anything without the help of my team. You know, it's not racing. It's just not a one person thing. It's you have to have team support in this. So,
You include only on the quarter mile or the row racing too?
no, I am mainly an 8th mile racer. Is what I mainly do. 8th mile, yeah, and I tend to prefer no prep. These events where they prep the track, it's not my strongest event. You know, I tend to run a lot of no prep events.
What is the best result so far?
Today, I ran a 988, or not today, but this event, I ran a 988 at 147. So I am not by any means a fast car.
You are happy of that?
Yeah, because I'm still going to win. So it's the shirt. The shirt brings luck. So yeah, today's the last day, and we're going to win this. So look for That Pale Horse. That's can I say my Instagram channel, That Pale Horse? Hi, hi, Mom. But yeah, and look for That Pale Horse to win. We're going to win this thing.
We do heads-up racing, and in heads-up racing, the fast car doesn't always win.
That's true.
It's the first car that passes the line.
That's true.
So a car can have 200, 300 more horsepower than us. If we pass the line before he does, we win.
Yeah.
And that's how we win a lot of events.
Yeah.
We won.
I am by no means the fastest car out here.
He won 8 events last year, and then we had Chad back here. He won 6. It's all about being who gets there first. That's why we do heads up.
How many years you driving in the race like that?
Pretty much been racing for about 15, 16 years. Yep.
How did you decide started doing this?
Just so my dad took me to the drag strip one day and just got to where I really liked cars and started building cars and started racing cars. We actually just opened a business in our hometown to build cars like this, so that's pretty cool. It's Justified Performance, that's my logo.
What do you say about for classes when you compete here? Because I'm here since Wednesday. I understand that every day include different classes, different rules. What more for your class and your car?
Every class, like stick, street car, everything, they have different brackets, which is cool, so it's pretty fair, very fair to race.
What is the best result so far, especially this year for this race here?
We qualified in the roll racing at 169, and then on the drag racing we haven't actually got to make a good pass yet, so we're hoping that this is a good pass. We've been changing our tune-up for that.
Tell me more about the car, for the engine, for the horsepower.
So it's a 2009 ZR1. It's a stock engine with a cam, ported heads, ported blower, exhaust, and E85, and it makes just under 1,000 horsepower.
I'm sure Justin will remember our conversation, and when we will see each other again, he won't be so surprised by when I ask for an interview. Hi Dan, nice to see you again. Maybe I don't believe that I'm here, but maybe the reason to be here is your team. Tell me more for your compete here. You are with many cars here. Amazing achievement.
Yeah, so far so good. It's been kind of a weird weekend because of everything that's going on with coronavirus. They've sort of shut down a little bit of the event here, and so we're only able to run a couple of cars. Some people couldn't make it out. But we just took first place in GTR4 with Jordan Martin's Alpha 22. Brooke Barini's Alpha Princess, that we call, is running in GTR1 and DCT. She's going into the finals for both of those, so we're hoping to pull out wins. It's been a cool weekend. Things have gone fairly well, but it's just it's a lot going on, so it's been busy.
Tell me more for this event, because I try to understand everything here. The rules is different every day.
Yeah, so they've done roll racing, and they've also done quarter mile racing, and so they've been switching back and forth between the two, and so that makes things a little difficult. The roll racing brackets are set up a little differently. The quarter mile brackets, there's a lot of cars here too, so but the quarter mile brackets are pretty normal. It's just that we just have a lot of cars to get through, so there's been a lot of cars breaking, so it unfortunately, I always laugh that it's hurry up and wait. We get our cars ready to go to the line, and then someone else breaks and we have to wait 2 hours, and so it takes a little bit of time, but we're getting through it. So
how are these days for your team?
It's a little easier because some people couldn't make it, so we have a lot of guys here doing, a little less work this year. Normally, every year we have, 4 or 5 cars, and everyone's running in every class, and so given that we have less cars here, with Dave Rohrschneider's car, he's running a GTR3, fixed the car, next pass out, it broke a transmission, and unfortunately, because they cut down the program so much, he wasn't able to qualify, so that was kind of a bummer, but what are you gonna do? So
when will be your next compete?
I believe Shootout in Ohio, but I'm not really sure. We're probably gonna do a lot of private track testing in the next couple of months, just to get some other cars ready, and then after that, I think it'll be Shootout in Ohio. Will be the next big GTR event.
You wanna tell me that everything of this event is done today?
No, we still have a little bit to do with Brooke's car. So Jordan's done. Like I said, he won his class. Brooke's car, she has, I think, three more runs to make, and then after that, we have our Infiniti Q60 that we're trying to go first in the 9s with, and we'll hopefully have some passes in that car before the night is over, but we'll have to see. Sun's coming down, and we need to get out of here by a certain time, so we'll see if we have enough time.
I want to make a special point of thanking Dan and his team. They are the ones that taught me about this awesome event. Without them, I wouldn't have known this existed. I was very happy to be a witness to their success here. Being new to America, it's great to have friends that can help share the ins and outs of different events. It would be very difficult to navigate this industry alone in a new place. I've been in Texas Baytown for almost a week now, in this unforgettable atmosphere, beautiful and fast cars. I just found out that the race ends today and everyone will leave tomorrow because of the coronavirus. I'm not happy with that, but I'm still glad I was a part of it all. I'm full of emotions, despite all the trouble I've had. I'm very happy to be here because this is a unique opportunity. I'm glad that I was able to share this with you, and I think that long after I return, I will remember my visit here in Houston. Thank you for being with us. My time here at Houston Raceway Park has been something I will never forget. I've experienced something very new, met some incredible people, and witnessed some awesome motorsport action. I hope you enjoyed your time with me here, and that I was able to make you feel a part of the experience too. This is definitely something I would like to do again, and perhaps you will consider making the trip too.